IPL 2020 has crossed its halfway stage. Now, this is the point in time of the tournament when the fans get really excited because the tournament is reaching its business end. This is the time where teams will start fighting over playoff spots and there will be a lot of exciting cricket being played. But I'm not here to talk to you guys about the IPL. Instead, I want to talk to you guys about the Women's IPL 2020 or the Women's T20 Challenge as the tournament is officially being called. Now, first of all, for many years now, there has been a call by cricketers, ex-cricketers, and by everyone who is an advocate for women's cricket in India for the formation of the Women's IPL, going in the same direction that the Big Bash League has gone with the formation of the Women's Big Bash League. There are multiple Women's T20 League across the world. In fact, Smriti Mandhana, Harmanpreet Kaur have played in the Women's BBL. Jemima Rodriguez and Smriti Mandhana have also played in the England T20 League for the women cricketers. Now, all these players going out there and playing for different sides in different T20 leagues have urged the BCCI to try out something new for the women cricketers of our country. With that thought process in mind, last year the Women's T20 Challenge was introduced. It was a very short format and it was all played in one single ground in Jaipur last year, where 3 teams consisting of Indian and overseas players took part in this 6 to 7 day tournament, and it was called the Women's T20 Challenge. It was just basically a test tournament to see whether somewhere down the line the BCCI could organize a full-fledged women's IPL. Now, after the conclusion of last year's tournament, there was a lot of praise for the entire tournament, the quality of cricket that was being played in the tournament, and there were a lot of eyeballs watching that tournament as well, which was in fact the whole test that the BCCI wanted to hold. Despite that, at the start of the year, when there was no sign of any pandemic or anything of that sort, there was no real initiative by the BCCI to start the women's IPL in a full-fledged manner. They were still sticking to the short tournament format. Now, after the pandemic happened, the IPL got shifted, so the Women's T20 Challenge also got shifted, and for about 10 days ago, there was no clarity about this tournament, whether it would happen or not. So first of all, let me explain to you guys how this tournament actually works. This is not a franchise-based tournament like the IPL is. Rather, it is a tournament in which a selection panel selects players for all these 3 teams, and they try to keep all the 3 teams as balanced as they could. So until 10 days ago, there was no selection panel in place. So there was a real big cloud whether this tournament would happen this year or not. But a selection panel was instated and they have finalized the squads for all these 3 teams, and the tournament dates have also been finalized. We start on the 4th of November and go on till the 9th of November. It is a 5-day tournament with 3 teams, and let's have a look at the captains first of all. Now, the 3 teams are the Supernovas, the Velocity team, and the Trailblazers. T20 captain Harmanpreet Kaur will be the captain of the Supernovas. ODI captain Mithali Raj will be the captain of the Velocity team, and the T20 and ODI vice captain Smriti Mandhana will be captaining the 3rd team, the Trailblazers. Now, each team will play each other only once, and at the end of those 3 matches, whichever 2 teams are on top of the table will play the final. It is again a very short tournament, and all of this is going to most likely going to be played at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium, which is very good because it is a small ground and we can see a lot of action happening at this particular ground, which evidence we have seen in the IPL that has already been going on. So, once the dates were announced, there was a lot of criticism towards the BCCI from the foreign players because it clashed with the start of the Women's Big Bash League. Now, because of which a number of the international stars who have prior commitments in the women's Big Bash League will not be able to play in the T20 challenge. Now that is a sad piece of news because the standard of cricket would have been a lot more different had the international players from different countries taken part in it. But there's nothing much we can do about it, and it does open up much more opportunities for the Indian girls to grab those spots and display their skills. So I urge you guys to go and watch this when it starts on the 4th of November. This will be the time where the playoffs will be happening of the men's IPL. So my only point here is that whenever you guys feel you're getting a little bored with the men's IPL, go on and watch the women's T20 challenge because they need people to watch the tournament. And I'm telling you guys, the quality of cricket that is being played over there is really, really high. So you will not be disappointed. That's it for today. Can't wait for the women's T20 challenge to start. I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys again tomorrow.